I hope that those that are to come will have for you chiefly help, that you may enjoy them. You know, you are not only a president in your own right, but you are a maker of presidents. You made me president of the Truman Library, and 7 years ago today, when you signed the reorganization bill of the American Red Cross, of which I was then the national chairman, you made me, as incredible as it may seem, the first president that the American National Red Cross ever had. And so you can see how pleased I was tonight when I came in and this audience sang, "Happy birthday, Mr. President," I assume to me.
Ladies and gentlemen, in my way of defining public speaking, principle is synonymous with brevity. The privilege of representing one's fellow citizens at this birthday dinner would be great enough honor for a Missourian. But to ask a Kansan to come jayhawking over to Missouri on such a peaceful mission transcends all historical logic and must be due only to Mr. Truman's well-known tolerance and his determination perhaps to extinguish once and for all any residual embers of the border unpleasantness of the 1860s. I suppose still another reason for my participation, and that of my academic colleagues as well, relates to the feeling on the part of some that a library bears a relationship to a university, perhaps even as much as a football team. Whatever the reasons, however, I am delighted to be present to pay my respects to our distinguished neighbor, and particularly on the day of the start of the project so near to his heart. This afternoon, the turning of a spade full of earth set in motion a chain of events which will culminate in the opening of a great repository of material crucial to the understanding of our times, the Truman Papers. For this accomplishment, the American people have many to thank. The thousands who by their contributions, large and small, made possible the construction of the building. The City of Independence, the National Archives, close friends and co-workers of Mr. Truman, and most important of all, the well-developed sense of history which he possesses. From the beginning, I am sure that he, more than anyone else, has been able to visualize the stream of historians, political scientists, and just plain citizens, to whom the library will become a sine qua non in any effort to measure, put into perspective, and assess this complex part of a complex century.
Mr. Mayor of Independence, and these distinguished guests, I'm in a very, very bad position. I've heard all these distinguished gentlemen this afternoon and tonight tell you things that I just don't believe myself. But it certainly is most satisfactory to hear them. I've heard all the rest on the other side of the fence. And that's good for you. Whenever you get to the point where you think you're as good as these people say I am, somebody ought to stick a pin in the balloon, let you know that just doesn't happen. Now, I'm highly honored with what's taken place here today. The objective, of course, is an educational and cultural one for this section of the world. And when such men as President Ellis of the University of Missouri and Chancellor Murphy of the University of Kansas, and Father Van Akron of Rockhurst College, and the Archbishop of this diocese, and my good friend Rabbi Meyerberg. The United States has 5 jobs, any one of which is an all-day and all-night job for one man, yet he has to do all 5 of them. I had to have some official warriors on that job, and one of my official warriors was the chairman of the National Democratic Committee at that time. His name is Frank McKinney. He's sitting right over here. The Democratic Party now has another official warrior in the form of Chairman Butler, who's sitting over here at this other place. I had the faculty for passing my troubles to the people who made up the White House family. Whenever I got into any sort of trouble in the State Department or the Treasury Department or with the legal things that faced the United States government or with the Interior Department or the Post Office Department, I'd just call in this secretary who was in charge of that and say, this is what's happening. I think it's an insoluble problem, but you solve it and tell me the difficulty, and they'd lose all the sleep, and I always slept very well. When I came home, I had to have an official warrior to take care of my worries here at home, so I picked Tom Evans over there, who's been worrying for me ever since I got here. He's done a good job. Now, I could go through this audience in that way and tell you something about everybody that's sitting here. I've had associations with nearly every one of them. This has been a magnificent day. One of the things that's closest to my heart has been to get this library actually on the road to construction. We're on that road. This birthday celebration has been a magnificent one. As a celebration for that birthday, there are the results of good wishes. There's $53,000 in checks in that pile of papers right there. They didn't come with the expectation of getting something in return. They were making a contribution to the educational welfare of this section of the country. I had nothing to give them. I'm a has-been, out of office, and I couldn't get a fellow a job as dog catcher in any place that I Yet, there we are. And the beautiful thing about that is those checks run from $1, $5, $10, $15, $25, $50, $71, some of them $1,000, and some of them even bigger than that. But the vast majority of that collection there is in small amounts comparatively. And that means that everybody will have a brick or two in that library, or a stone or two. The chef here in the hotel told me that he was a much faster workman than the contractor, for he'd already built the library and presented it. That's a beautiful cake. But I can't tell you how very much I appreciate what you've done. It's a magnificent thing, and there's no way in the world that I can make you feel that you have the appreciation to which you're entitled. It's a magnificent thing, something that never happens to a man while he's alive. But we've set a precedent for many a thing, and this is just another one for which I'm very grateful. I appreciate it. There's nothing I can say to you that will add to what you already know you've done. And you know how I feel about it, and I haven't the words to express it. Thank you very much.
Of your honor this occasion with their presence. I cannot refrain in this closing moment before the benediction. I just cannot refrain from saying to you what I think every man and every woman in this great banquet hall tonight would want said. And that is that we're very grateful for your life and for all that you have meant to America and to a world that was filled with chaos and turmoil and strife on every hand. We're very grateful for everything that you have done to help make America strong. We're very grateful for the friendship that you have extended so genuinely and so sincerely to humble men and great men alike. We're very grateful that you have in your heart a desire to make available to students